Have you ever wondered what Bitcoin is and how it works? Well, let's dive into it. Bitcoin, in simple terms, is a type of digital or virtual currency. You might also hear it referred to as a cryptocurrency. Unlike traditional currencies, Bitcoin operates independently of a central bank. You can think of it as a decentralized system, free from governmental control. What makes it particularly unique is that Bitcoin transactions are made with no middlemen. That's right, you heard it correctly, no banks are involved. This might seem a little unconventional, but it's part of what makes Bitcoin so innovative. It's a whole new way of thinking about money and transactions. It's a protocol that challenges the traditional banking system. So in essence, Bitcoin is a revolutionary financial technology that opens up a new world of possibilities. Now that you know what Bitcoin is, you might be wondering how it works. The answer lies in a technology called blockchain. To put it simply, imagine blockchain as a public ledger, a sort of diary that everyone can read, but no one can erase or modify. This ledger contains all transaction data from anyone who uses Bitcoin. Each transaction made with Bitcoin is like writing an entry into this diary. To ensure the integrity and chronological order of these entries, they are grouped into blocks. These blocks are like the pages of our diary, linked together to form a chain, hence the term blockchain. The beauty of this system is that each block or page, once written and verified, is sealed forever. What is there can never be changed. Now, two most important points that make payments through blockchain and Bitcoin possible and credible are, number one, how is it possible that every transaction that is submitted to blockchain can never be changed? Number two, how can we make sure that the correct transaction is submitted to blockchain in the first place? Let's answer the first question first. Blockchain is a permanent, unalterable record. How unalterable, you might ask yourself? This system is based on mathematical algorithm, a cryptography. It protects the system from tampering with it. To try to alter the data once it is recorded, you would have to take over more than half computers in the network, so 51%, and alter the data by investing such a vast amount of computer energy to solve those equations, which would make it unfeasible. The cost would simply not be worth it. This makes blockchain and cryptocurrency transactions, such as Bitcoin, transparent and secure. Therefore, blockchain is the technology that enables the existence of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. Okay, we know that once data is stored on blockchain, it cannot be tampered with. But how do we know that the right data or transaction is submitted into blockchain? This is our second question to explain, and this is where Bitcoin comes to play. To solve this problem, each cryptocurrency can have its own way. Everyone in the network needs to come to consensus and agree which transactions can be submitted to blockchain. Each cryptocurrency can have its own version of consensus mechanism, and Bitcoin uses so-called proof of work. It's the heartbeat of Bitcoin, the process that ensures agreement on the state of the blockchain. Picture it as a round table discussion where a majority must agree to validate transactions and prevent sneaky double spending. It's a bit like a democratic voting system, but for digital currency. So we have two things here. Once the transactions reach others to be approved, everyone can verify them, since, as we said, everyone in the network knows the previous state of blockchain from the initial block. So everyone knows if one digital wallet has the actual funds to send to another wallet. But the issue we encounter there is that system could be overburdened and might crash. If everyone can submit the transaction for validation straight away, someone could submit million transactions in second and it would clog the system, and valid transactions would take ages to be processed, making Bitcoin unusable. So Bitcoin uses something called mining. Basically, in order to submit the transaction, computers need to do some work, solve an equation which is energy intensive and costs money. The computer, which solves it first, gets to submit the transaction to be validated by everyone, and if transaction is valid and included in the next block, this computer is rewarded by Bitcoin. So they made money. Now, if, for example, they would submit the wrong transaction, it would not be included, and they would not receive Bitcoin, which means they spent money. Therefore, it is not worth to try to cheat. Only valid transactions are going to be submitted and system will not be burdened. This is the layer which Bitcoin brings to blockchain. So Bitcoin has a protocol that makes sure only valid transactions are submitted to blockchain in the first place, and blockchain assures that once transaction is included in the block, it can never be changed. Now, you might be thinking, Bitcoin sounds great, but are there any disadvantages? Well, like any financial tool, Bitcoin has its pros and cons. The advantages are quite appealing. By having Bitcoin in your own digital wallet on blockchain, you own it 100% at all times. No bank, government, or any institution can take it away or freeze it, ever. You can transact worldwide, fast, and in most cases cheap. There are only 21 million Bitcoin ever in existence, so it is not inflationary. Also, you can speculate on it and possibly make great returns. However, it's not all sunshine and roses. The volatility of Bitcoin can be a roller coaster, so investing in it always needs to be done with precaution. Also, it is not the best currency to transact since price is not stable. Most of people hold it to speculate or preserve wealth. Since you own 100% your Bitcoin, there is not central authority or customer support that you can contact if you need help. If you, for example, send Bitcoin to a non-existing blockchain address, which can happen just by typing one wrong number, you can lose your Bitcoin forever. So always triple check everything before sending. And that, in a nutshell, is Bitcoin, a complex yet fascinating financial innovation that is reshaping the world as we know it.